Alright. Hello. Works. Okay. Hello there. This is Space Cad here. Channel Space Cadet Rewind. And I'm going to play some Descent. Alright. Level 18. Voice works. Yeah. Alright. So, Miranda Mine. So, sort of like broach some topics about this game. You remember the controls. Last time, which turned out to be like some rabbit holes to go down. Like there's a deep Descent lore, or Descent port lore, to be more accurate. But I'm sure all of that will come up as we go through this. Also, you may notice we got CD music, which is only the Mac version had this CD soundtrack. Although, oh yeah, thank you for smashing that light, by the way. Oh god. They like to put these guys, well, they like to put guys behind doors, just in general. As it's not even the worst guy to get behind a door. But yeah, the thing about the Mac soundtrack is, like, you know, it came on one CD, and it's like a Red Book audio soundtrack. But like, when we were, you know, going through the game with the MIDI, yeah, even with like the MIDI soundtrack, you know, with the MIDI soundtrack, it seemed like, at least seemed like to me, that we were getting a unique track for every level, which is like, that's a lot of unique music if that is the case. But also, there is no way in hell they managed to get that many songs on a single Red Book audio CD. So there must be some repeats that are not repeats in MIDI. So what I'd like to do is, you know, like halfway through any given level, I'll switch to the MIDI soundtrack and see what that sounds like. Get it both ways. Oh yeah, I was also doing some reading, and like somebody said you could like stun lock enemies with the plasma cannon specifically. Like it's specifically good at stun locking, so I'll give that a try. How'd you go on lowering the frame rate? Well, I never tried like specifically to actually lower it, but I sort of looked into it, and this source port, like I literally like tracked down the code that does it. It does in fact take the whole like frame rate problem into account. So it's the sad thing about the way the missiles work is it really do just be that way. Like this, you know, DX or D1X rebirth, whatever, DXX rebirth. It accounts for the frame rate thing, and it makes the missiles track at fixed speeds. It's based on the difficulty. So, like on trainee, like the easiest difficulty, you get the equivalent of what it would. You get the equivalent of what your what the tracking speed would be at 12 frames per second, and on the highest difficulty, it's like at 32 frames per second. Because they kind of had to do something like that because, like, if you think about it, there is, like, in the default, you know, non-source ported game, there is no objective turn radius or, you know, turn rate for the missiles. They're just you know, it depends on your frame rate. And I mean, maybe if there was like a frame rate that they said, like, this is the target frame rate, but I don't know that they did. And also, you know, that's not what people would have experienced back in the day. They would have run at various, you know, kind of low speeds on their computers. Trainee is a bit different version of cadet. I guess that's true. But, I don't know. We'll see if we can hack it. Continue to hack it on, what is this one called? It's like, it might even be cadet or something like that. It's some kind of, like, thing. It's the one below hot shot. That's the first, like, cool one. And this is still on, like, the, sort of, you are training. You're not like a real material defender. You just would like to be one someday. Oh, the music just like stopped. All right, so do that. Yeah. Let's hear what the MIDI sounds like. Okay, those spawners are active now. Oh god. It's getting busy here. Getting pretty good luck with the shield orb drops. Space CAD MD. Let's make our quick save here. Don't need it, but let's just keep making them just in case. I kind of need some energy. I don't think we found an energy refill. This level. Oh god. Alright, we're down to the Vulcan, which is, I guess it's fine. Oh yeah, by the way, I got some on-screen chat. Make sure I could, you know, have this, but still have my, you know, the recording that gets put on my computer to be clean with no chat. But yeah, I've set that up, which is kind of neat. Weird. These, like, spawn doors are kind of suspicious. Having the chat on screen is nice for, well, especially for people who are watching the VOD afterwards, particularly if they're not on desktop, because, well, even on desktop they make it hard to find the chat replay, but if you're not on desktop, they just, in a lot of cases, you just can't see it at all. You just get no replay, period. Ow. Asshole. Stop it. God, the hit scan room. Oh, there goes all that. Those those shield orbs I picked up. Still don't have the energy refill. Oh yeah, thanks for the kind words about the TIE Fighter video. Worked real hard on that. Well, you know, real hard on all of them, but still nice to see that it's appreciated. I'm just gonna forget these guys if I don't pick them up now, so let's just do that. Device. I still don't have any energy. If this game isn't starving me of one thing, it's another. Huh. Yeah, that would be kind of neat to like angle the text so that it looks like it's on the screen. Sort of theme it. The annoying thing is like there's no way to like preview the text to see what it actually looks like. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. A lot. Solid half. Your general feelings about this relative resurgence of space sims / shooters that we are being graced with as of late. And also TIE Fighter video made me want to actually go play it. Oh yeah, I hope you want to go play it after seeing that video. Well, I guess, you know, everything comes back around again. Even when, you know, things fall out of fashion, you know, trends come and go, but then they come back again. And I think, you know, those two big Kickstarters of, you know, Elite Dangerous and Star Citizen, you know, regardless of how they turned out, I think they sort of like reminded everyone that space sims are here and cool, and sort of, well, you know, they sort of reminded a bunch of indie developers that like, oh yeah, I could make a space sim. Or this is where we're back in the respawner room. Still don't have an energy refill. Uh-oh. Okay, I need to get out of here. Do I have... Okay, I have the yellow key. I'm gonna run out of all ammo pretty soon. So let's go... here. Gonna be down to nothing but missiles pretty quick. Alright, well there's the exit. Missile tank it. Oh, thank God, there it is. Here we go. Alright. But yeah, I mean, I'm happy to see them come back. Like, they were never fully dead, like, you know, were kind of dire straits for the genre, but there were always like small signs of life But yeah, there's like a bunch of indie games that have sort of like not only come out and been, you know, like high quality regardless of whether I like them or not, you know, but like stuff like Everspace, the series, Everspace 2 in particular, have been successful. They've made money, which is, you know, important for getting other people to think, oh, maybe I could make one too. There was, yeah, Chorus. I don't know if that one was successful, like financially successful anyway. So there's like another yellow key door over there. Maybe the chat is like a bit too dense, but oh, never mind. There are 2 yellow key doors, but I've already been to both of them. Yeah, but I'll have to mess with that later. It blocks a bit too much of the screen, I think. Okay, so there's the door. Why don't we reconfirm? Reconfirm where the exit is. I remember seeing it, but not where. Oh, there it is. All right, should be fine. And I think you start with 100 energy when you go to a new level. We're gonna find out.
Self-destruct sequence activated.
Okay. Oh, I forgot to change the music back to CD so we could hear the CD version of this track. The keys are made of RTX cards. This is why they're so valuable. Hostage situations should become more apparent. Material Defender, stay alert and report when over on mine. MN 3377 is clear. Oh, whoops. That was the wrong thing to save over. Oh well. Level 19. Quick save. Oh yeah, so you do start with 100 energy. And, no. Right, F2 for that. I'll go back to CD music. I mean, they're probably just saying there's gonna be more hostages. It's a remarkably different vibe. CD and MIDI versions of this. Cloaked. This does not seem to be unlocking these guys, so I'm just going to switch back to the laser. There's the version of that guy with the missile launcher. Huh. So the Counter-Strike 1.6 hostages use these guys as like an asset or something. As in, like in the Counter-Strike betas, did they like use these guys or something somehow, even though they were 3D models? Or, oh, you're just saying the hostages from Counter-Strike, you know, grew up, had children, and they showed up, you know, they went to work at the mines, whatever the mining company's called, not Ultor, and it happened again. It's just, they got a cursed bloodline. I don't know if this music fits the vibe of Descent. It's very 90s. But it doesn't really scream robots in a abandoned mine. I mean, I guess it's not technically abandoned. It's got the hostages. Speak to the devil. Here they are. When I realize you can't actually kill them, you can't accidentally shoot them, so it's fine. You can be as reckless as you want. Stop attacking, he's a friend. I want to go in like the center. All right, and then it just sort of like stopped anyway. I don't know. But let's hear the MIDI soundtrack now. This sounds like an entirely different Doom level than the CD1, which is also a Doom level. Alright. Where did you come from? What are you supposed to be piloting in this? I mean, it's just kind of like a spaceship. It's sort of like, I mean, you can sort of see a diagram of it on the bottom center of the HUD there. It's just sort of like a, I don't know what you compare it to, but yeah, you can sort of, you can see it, a 3D model of it when you exit the mine during the escape sequence. But yeah, it's just a spaceship. It's just a little really weirdly small spaceship that somehow can fit all the hostages on it. Oh, there's a red key in here somewhere. Oh, it's behind a fan, that's why. So I can't actually get to it from here. But yeah, it's a really interesting and unique, you know, sort of set of physics and control style for, you know, a first-person shooter. Nothing really plays like this except for games that are like, yeah, nothing plays like Descent except for Descent clones like Forsaken. And I don't know what else. I don't know if there were any like other Descent clones other than Forsaken back in the day. There are some indie efforts now, and like that revival game that we talked about last time, Overload. Okay. At the exit of the mine, yeah, it sure is. Okay. Where am I going? Blue door, right here. Alright. I was just gonna say, we've been having surprisingly little problems with homing missiles in this level. And then immediately, as I said, I jinxed myself, and there was a homing missile guy, but he wasn't like placed as assholishly as most of them. Is there a game from before this that's similar? Pyrotechnica by Psygnosis. Psygnosis, kind of a little known. Well, you know, Psygnosis was not necessarily little known back in the day, but nowadays they're sort of a little known space sim luminary, because I know that they made Pyrotechnica apparently, but also they made the Colony Wars games, which are great for the PlayStation, and G-Police, which is also kind of somewhat similar to Descent. And, you know, not technically a space sim, but it's a space sim at heart. It's like you're flying this like weird futuristic helicopter-like craft, but, you know, it doesn't have rotors, and you're, you know, not in space. You're in like a dome. You're in like a futuristic cyber dome city, but you're flying around kind of like a spaceship. I don't know if what level are we on? Oh no, we're still on 19, okay. Oh my god, yeah. The homing missiles continue to track way too well. G-Police, well, they wanted G-Police to be big, and it should have been big because it was cool as hell, but I don't think it sold very well. They had that commercial by the Aeon Flux guy is like, it's a really weird commercial that's like, tonally extremely different from the actual vibe of the game. But yeah, the part of the Space Cadet Rewind origin story is G-Police. It's that I saw Sean Johnson's every Psygnosis game on the PlayStation 1 video, and he showed off Colony Wars, so like the Colony Wars series, and G-Police. And I saw those and I thought, those look cool. I've always kind of wanted to get into space sims, but, you know, I just, you know, never felt like I could without a joystick, but I didn't want to get a joystick. But I was like, well, you know, these games will be made for a controller, so I don't have to like set up the controls or anything. I can just play them, and I can like get my foot in the door, see if I like space sims. And so I played them, and it turns out I do. So those are great like entry points into the genre, which does not necessarily mean that they're like easy or simple, because they aren't. But they are, you know, easy to set up because it just worked on a PlayStation controller. Yeah, they did. There were sequels. There were 2 sequels to Colony Wars, and then 1 sequel to G-Police, which then like does a lot of work to set up this bad guy. You know, G-Police Weapons of War. They do a lot of build up to introduce this bad guy who's going to be in the sequel, and then they never made a sequel. I recommend Colony Wars. These games are great. Yeah, Sewer Shark. That's an infamous Sega CD FMV rail shooter, so doesn't qualify as a space sim according to my definition. But, you know, it's one of those homing assholes. Nobody likes you. Get out of here. Warren of tunnels here. Or was there a PC version of Sewer Shark that had better FMV that didn't have to be in like a tiny little window? Okay. I've gotten myself lost in these tunnels. There's the red key. Should be able to get to hostages somewhere around here. There. The Raven Project, is that the one by Cryo Entertainment, who's a Cryo Entertainment frequent nemesis of Sean Johnson? I think he played that game, and I watched a video about it, and he did not like it. But he played the PlayStation version. As is often the case with Cryo, the PC version is usually much better. Although I guess it's FMV on the PC version, so it's a completely different kind of game. Alright, how the hell do I get out of here? I'm gonna be like wandering around these tunnels forever if I don't get my shit together here. Alright, now that's where the hostages were. Oh yeah, I've never played the Raven Project. I did just coincidentally like learn about a new console space sim. They keep popping up in the unlikeliest of places. I just happened to be looking at another game, and for the Dreamcast, and right next to it I noticed Bang. Well, I don't remember the second part of the name, but it's like called like Bang something something, and it's another space sim for the Dreamcast. This is a proper maze right here. Hopefully this will. No, I'm back where the red key was. Oh god. Oh god. I am trapped in here. Okay. I think I got it. Yes, here we go. We are free. Let me celebrate that with a quick save. The 3D boomer shooter maze is like, that's next level confusion right there. We're doing pretty well on resources here, at least. So what do I... Seems like I just need to go through the red door, so... Yeah, well, it definitely makes you appreciate the guide bot in Descent 2. That was a clutch addition right there. I hear a missile coming at me. It makes this like sound effect to tell you that, oh, you've got a missile locked on you. Not that you can do much about it most of the time. Alright, so this time I'm gonna remember to turn the CD music back on. First I'll quick save. Alright. I mean, if you can keep the whole map in your head, like if you can hack that, then yeah, it's probably easier to just not even look at the map screen, but I can't do that. I can tell you right now, I would not be able to do that. Alright, here we go. CD soundtrack. Yeah, I mean the 3D, like the map screen itself is like not bad. It's just, you know, the map itself is like insanely complicated and hard to comprehend, no matter how you display it. Proceed to Platinum Mine MN 7871 on Oberon. Satellites reports indicate an increase in hostility and intelligence in infected mechs. Some have been seen carrying access keys. Be aware. Alright. Now see, they did the thing again. They made it so that you're just like facing, there's just an enemy right attacking you right when you load in the level. Miyamoto says that's bad, don't do that. There's like a rule he's had for his level designers. You can't, when you load into the level, you gotta have like a buffer where like the enemies, you gotta at least like move forward. Oh, that's like the mine layer guy. Stop it. Weird that there's like different types of mine layers. I guess that other one was like faster or something. No, these ones are pretty fast. Oh my god, stop it. Those are jerks. Oh, there's so many of them. Well, this is like the Descent. Is this like this? Isn't that the Descent version of Doom 2's Dead Simple? Oh god. Now we got the hit scanners. Hit scanners have come out to play. I feel like this is like Descent simpler. Yeah, a little like navigating 3D spaces and just, navigating environments is like, it's a skill. And some people are better at it than others. I'm like decent at it, but I'm not by no means a super pro. Like, I have zero problems navigating from software level design most of the time, but like, for example, Code Vein, that game, like when you get to like fake Anne Orlando in that game, like I've just hopelessly lost there. But I was playing that game with a friend of mine, and he just can just look at the, he just goes through the map with me, and somehow he gets it all in his head, and he just knows where everything is. So yeah, some people they've just got it. They got it downloaded in their head. Okay, these mine layers are actually pretty devious, and there's like a bunch of them. Huh. It's just humans are just generally good at 2D navigation, but suck at 3D. We live in a 3D world, though, so you'd think evolution would have had us adapt better to it. But I guess most of the time that third dimension is not that important to getting around, especially before we had buildings. But yeah, I think, well, the thing about Dark Souls level design is, like, I say, oh yeah, I have no problems navigating those games, as if that's like, something to be proud of. But yeah, those games are like, their level designers, I think, honestly, From Software's level designers are the best in the business, and they make levels that seem like they're complicated, but they're actually really easy to navigate. Like, they just, they are complex 3D spaces, but they just make them in such a way that it's just easy for them to stick in your brain. But yeah, most of the time, navigating the world, you only need to think in 2 dimensions, especially before the advent of buildings. Stop it! Stop! Get back here, you varmint! These guys are like the predecessor of the thief bot. It's an enemy that you want to chase around. And of course, as you chase them, you're gonna go face first into their stupid minds. back here. Huh. Yeah, oh, I was gonna say we got some peace and quiet, but mainly that's because the CD track stopped playing. So let's hear the MIDI. I feel like this map is definitely the Descent equivalent to Dead Simple. From my experience piloting helicopters in flight sims, helicopters are an abomination that do not belong in this world. They certainly don't belong in the air. I do not like helicopters. Same goes for VTOL jets. I am in awe at the helicopter pilots for not crashing immediately every time they get into a helicopter. And another wave of mine layers. Another nice feature that the Descent 2 has is the headlamp. You don't have to just keep shooting flares everywhere. That all of them? No. These enemy spawners do stop eventually. Somebody looked it up last time and figured out that they activate 3 times. Okay, so I think we should. Oh yeah, this is very, very James Bond, especially this part. Oh my god, not done. There. Oh, wait, this is just straight up. What the heck? Is this legal? Hey, thank you, Chadwick. Still going. Oh my god. Please stop. Stop all the mine laying. Oh man. Definitely gonna die here, but that's okay. I got 10 lives. We're fine. Use homing missiles? I think I'm out of homing missiles. I used them all already. Ah, they're all getting caught on each other. There's so many of them. I mean, definitely an interesting level concept, I'll give them that. Not the same kind of challenge as the levels before it. I don't know how I didn't see them that time, but yeah, it's fine. I'm no longer Space Cat. I am now Space Cat with my 9 lives. Yes. Okay. Four shots that are off center. Well, yeah, I mean, I guess the difference is, you know, you're doing everything at close range in this game, so it's very hard to miss. I mean, it's actually an advantage because it means it's easier to hit things. You got more coverage. To have a Doom soundtrack. Well, you know, it's got a MIDI soundtrack, and then the Mac version had a CD soundtrack. Well, we've heard this James Bond tune enough. Let's go back to the CD one for a bit. Weird how many different types of ships there are that lay mines. I don't know what the difference is between any of them. CD1's definitely less copyright infringing. I guess they got away with it back in the day. Maybe thinking of GoldenEye. I mean, a lot of the GoldenEye, you know, N64 soundtrack is just remixes of Bond tunes. Like, what's the difference between that weird-looking guy and, you know, the other mine layers? Firing mines, I'd like to know. Yeah, I'm a big fan of GoldenEye, Perfect Dark, Time Splitters, that whole lineage. Dude, there's another mine lane guy. There's like a different... There's so many different guys who just lay mines. Oh, he had the yellow key. Weird. They're like trying some stuff at this level. Like a bunch of different gimmicks. Oh no. Where did you come from? Thought I could take my hand off the stick for a second. Ow. That was bad. But yeah, both Golden... Well, I don't know if GoldenEye has gotten a, you know, decomp, but Perfect Dark has, and I enjoyed revisiting that game with the decomp a lot. You might think that, you know, playing with a mouse and keyboard might make it easy, but I assure you, it is on Perfect Agent, it is not easy, regardless of what control scheme you use. Boy, more spawners. Whenever you enter a big room in this game, it's like that's when it's time to get worried. Oh. See, it's weird. No matter what it's set to, when you're on CD music, it just stops instead of looping. I stream games for the 85 to 90 space games. I mean, if I ever do it, which I don't know, you know, if people would have to vote for it, but yeah, if that was ever my next video, then I would stream that. That'd be a bit of a challenge. I'd have to like set them all up ahead of time. Because, you know, half the fun with those old games is like figuring out how to get them working, what emulator you need or whatever, setting all that up. Who was shooting at me? Someone is still shooting at me, but... Oh, you! The worst guy. Oh my god, they just go around corners, it's crazy! Alright, so that's just the core trying to shoot me. Ow. I've got an extra life. I need to confirm the location of the exit. Huh. I don't know. Is it like playing a different track now? Okay, There we go. Yeah. I guess it just cycles the music if you have it on that setting. Well, the AI is busted in the remaster for Command & Conquer. It's always something with those remasters, huh? They can never seem to just have, you know, an actual best version of the game. Or more often than not, the best version is just the original version. Maybe with mods. Alright, there's the exit. Bumping around in the dark here. What's with this core? We have so much health. I feel like that's like more health than usual. I like how all the view screens that aren't broken yet sort of go switch to warning. That's a nice touch when the self-destruct is active. Next target, Iron Mine, MN4484 on Oberon Moon. Reactor defenses should be increasing. Okay, level 21. I think this might be... I don't remember what levels had the secret exit, but this might be one of them. Enemy type, just kind of shooting lasers, but they look different. Yeah, I mean, real-time strategy. This is not real-time strategy's decade. There was that game. That is a new enemy type. I think they showed it in one of those like briefing videos, but then they never appeared until now. Which maybe they would have showed up on an earlier level on a higher difficulty, if that's a thing. Yeah, there was that game by, you know, one of the people, the higher ups on StarCraft 2, went to their own company. I think it was like Battle Aces. That like people, you know, they were sort of like running tests on that, you know, invite only or something, public betas. People really seem to like it. You know, not quite a traditional RTS, but then they just decided, you know what? There's no way this game's gonna make money. We're not even gonna bother with it. We're just canceling it, which is nuts. And, you know, let alone if you want like a traditional RTS. Was it Stormgate? That might have been what I'm thinking of. Or, yeah, I don't know. Or Stormgate is coming out. Stormgate might actually be coming out. That's the one that's more like classic StarCraft, right? I think. Alright, done. These things are so devious. the way they just wait for like minutes and then start back up again. It's like, I'm not gonna just sit there and wait it out. It takes way too long. I don't have that kind of patience. Mine layer somewhere in here. Is he cloaked? I feel like mines are just appearing. So there must be a cloak guy. Or maybe it's just this guy. You know, I feel like this game is actually getting easier as we get further into it because there's more enemy variety, which means less homing guys, less of these red guys, which I'm all for, honestly. Funny how they spawn in without all their limbs. It's really weird. I don't know if that's a technical limitation or like an animation, so like, oh, they can't attack yet. That's a dirty trick. Yeah, another extra life. Yeah, like I'm going like way positive on the extra lives. And like I'm making quick saves, but I'm not using them because I don't need them. Weirdly, this is even like way more generous in terms of, you know, shield orbs than the early levels. I wonder if, you know, different people made different parts of the campaign and these later levels were made by someone with maybe who was a little more generous. that manager bot that runs away and brings the other bots to you. How do I get to those hostages? Is it through here? It is not through here. Hey guys, how do I get to you? You there. There we go. Yeah, I like when they... that's the good kind of secret. The one where they sort of like tease you and give you a hint. You're like, well, wait a minute. Something has to lead there. Could it be this? There's like a path that leads up here. Let's switch back to the CD soundtrack. Forgotten what it sounds like. Well, how's everybody doing in chat? Yeah. Nice percussion. Actually, did we even hear this yet? Oh yeah, another thing I saw when I was looking into Descent stuff was like on Wikipedia, the free online encyclopedia, it said that there was a certain version of Descent 2 that would let you play the levels from Descent 1 but with like the enhancements from Descent 2. But I tried to look into this. I could not find any corroborating evidence of this actually being possible. So I think we should slap a citation needed on that one, because I don't know, that seemed interesting. That is not Descent Maximum on PS1, because apparently Descent Maximum on PS1 is entirely original levels. It's like Doom 64 or something. Like, you know, yeah, like it's not levels from Descent 1 or 2, and they just made new levels. It's just a Descent game that they made for the PlayStation that runs on Descent 2's engine. PS1 Descent is weird because it does not support the DualShock, but it supports the analog controller, which is like a weird peripheral they made, which is two big giant full-size joysticks on like a fight stick base. And so, you know, you could play with analog controls using that, or, you know, an emulated version of that. Virtual on control? Well, I mean, you can't play virtual on a PlayStation. You can only play that virtual on clone that I saw. I don't remember the name of it, but I saw Sean Johnson play it. You know, it was a very Sean Johnson heavy stream, but, you know, he just came up naturally. Well, okay. Well, maybe it's not called the analog controller, because, yeah, there was, like, you know, a controller that was basically the DualShock, but without the rumble. But what I'm talking about is this, you know, big full-size flight stick thing. But yeah, a lot of PlayStation 1 games do not support the DualShock because it came out after. We got silence again, so back to MIDI. But yeah, they came out before the DualShock, and so they don't support it. There's like some games that just straight up, you know, they had to... Some games were just like poorly made, and they just break if you have the DualShock for some reason, so they had to build a special mode into the DualShock to like make it pretend to be a, you know, old-fashioned regular PlayStation controller to support those games, which I bet Sony was really happy that they had to do. Most games were just fine, you know, they would just be like, okay, you could have the DualShock mode on, but it just plays, you know, you just can't use the analog stick for it. Worth it. Okay. I don't like these enemy spawners. I mean, they're devious, but are they fun? I don't know. They're kind of an annoying trap. But yeah, the worst DualShock fact that I know is that the PlayStation port of Wing Commander 3, yeah, Wing Commander 3 does not support the DualShock, or even, I don't even think that it supports the, you know, the flight stick controller. The DualShock came out like not that long afterwards, which kind of feels like Sony kind of screwed Origin there. Like, I feel like they could have given them the heads up about it. Like, surely they would want to know about that, so they could, you know, get an early, you know, copy of it and make their games support it. It's like, you know, Wing Commander 3 on the PlayStation not supporting analog controls at all is a huge bummer. That is a big strike against that game. Very unfortunate. When did the PS1 mouse come out? I don't know. Doors won't open. You cannot open them. weird. I don't know what else I have to do here. It's especially bad. Like, I think it's especially bad for Wing Commander 3 because, like, that's like that game kind of demands precision. Like, that game is built for a stick, like a full-size stick, in a way that even, like, you know, 1 and 2 were not. Like, they didn't really require it. But I mean, I guess people did it. People, well, rip those hostages. But I'm fine. I got extra lives. Yeah, I'm sure, you know, a lot of people just used what they had and they just made do. I think I took a wrong turn. Where have you been? Saw that guy like ages ago and then he like ran away. Because that's what he does. Yeah, back at, like, when the, you know, 3D games first started coming out, you know, a lot of the early, you know, everyone had to come up with their solution for how to, like, do camera control, or, you know, how to handle the camera. And a lot of game designers back then, they sort of made the assumption that, you know, it was better to, you know, for the game to handle controlling the camera. Like, you know, the game should be doing that so that you don't have to handle it. But, like, I feel like it's much better to just give the player control over it and just, you know, make it easy to control the camera. I feel much more comfortable with that than with the game, you know, doing it for me. How does this work? Those doors did open. So they come in here and okay, and then they all open. That's inconvenient. That review of Alien Isolation, or not Alien Isolation, I mean Alien Resurrection, is that is a time capsule right there. Just the way that the reviewer thinks it's like they describe the dual analog control scheme and like just they don't even say, they just think it's self-evident, you know. Obviously, this thing that I have described is terrible. Who could use this? Nobody, that's who. Okay, that's kind of like the place to go, right? That's the red key. Red key usually leads to the reactor. I've gotten all the other keys already. It kind of looks like the reactor room, so, what's the deal? What's the secret here? I mean, and the exit's right there. What's going on? Is there anywhere I've missed elsewhere in the map? There's like a little piece I missed over there. Yeah, Forsaken, although the weird thing about Forsaken is like, it was different on N64. Like, I don't know if the N64 just didn't have enough RAM or space to handle the full PlayStation PC levels, but it has different, much smaller levels. I mean, it's basically just a different game made with the same assets. Okay, that just looks like it's a secret area. I mean, it's not Forsaken is not an official Descent game. It is a Descent style game. It is very much a Descent clone. Alright, well, whatever it is, it's gotta be in that, like, red key room, right? I'm almost afraid that it was supposed to spawn a boss in there or something. Well, that room's pretty small for a boss room, so maybe not. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Like, it's gotta be this room, right? It has to be. You cannot open this door. It's gotta, like, open up to reveal the reactor. So why is it not opening up? Trick to this? Is there a lore reason why I can't get to this reactor? Am I stupid? Is it a soft lock? I mean, I don't know. I don't know what's supposed to happen to know if it's not happening. Anyone care to look it up? Maybe look up a long play of this game. See what happens at the red reactor room on level 21. So what's the map in the reactor room? It looks like I've been everywhere. Well, okay, maybe these like hidden doors they like lead, you around, like you go into one of these and then down. So it kind of looks like it could lead there. No. Well, I don't know. What's this level called? Level 21 Oberon Platinum Mine. I am a little worried that this is a soft lock. It's like, it's gotta be this room. Need to pick up stuff from all rooms? Huh. Like all rooms leading out of this one, or just all rooms in general? I mean, I've been in all these rooms and picked up. Oh, well, okay. So there is. Okay, that's that one. That must be it. Okay, what's the deal with that one? No. I need here. No. Why is that one not opening? Does it like... Do I need to go in here and then that open? Okay. Wow, that's obscure. Really now? Really now? Come on. Oh my god, and then it closes again? You kidding? That is such a weirdly obscure way to do this. This is like... In any other game, this would be like triggering a secret. Like, what the heck was that? That gets a big thumbs down from me. Go through a sequence of hidden doors. Well, they're not hidden, but like doors that open through obscure means. Mines on Neptune moons are a complete loss. Clear all of infected mechs and rescue hostages, as per orders. Destruction of main reactor is still the prime directive. What is the story here? Oh, well, believe it or not, this game feels that there is plenty of time to explain its story. As the insanely long-winded intro will have you know. Oh, by the way, also, yeah, I think people might have mentioned this, but the PlayStation version has like a CG, you know, iteration of that opening that is voice acted and makes the Materials Defender out to be much less of an asshole. But yeah, so the story so far is there's some kind of mysterious virus taking over all the robots in this corporation's mines. It's like the Post-Terran Mining Corporation. It's not Ultor. It's definitely not Ultor. So don't assume it is. We don't know why there's a virus infecting these robots. But there is, so we gotta deal with it, and we're a mercenary hired to do that. Oh god, well, I was gonna say what a horrible room, but you know, got the invincibility, so it's not so bad. I think this is around where I died. Grab my stuff. Where's my stuff? There it is. Oh man, the red homing missile guys are back in full force in this level. But yeah, the reason why these structures are so weird is that, you know, they're like mines in space, and they're mainly meant to be, so, you know, that's kind of like a actually pretty good explanation for there being like a bunch of winding tunnels. Well, there I go again. We're back to the hit scanners and homing missiles style of difficulty. God damn. Well, apparently this doesn't have... God, there's so many hit scanners, I'm just dying, like, really quickly. I don't have any weapons to, like, figure them out. Run through all my lives here. Oh my god, there's still more. It is a magic hover ship. Well, so according to Descent Maximum, this does not have a hyperdrive or a warp drive yet, but they install one. Where are they shooting me from? No. This is bad. Oh my god. I'm just employing the Zap Brannigan tactic against these guys. I mean, to be fair, they are too. Wave after wave of their own men. So I think some of my stuff might have gotten... Well, maybe not. I guess it's fine. Okay, yeah, I guess all my stuff is here. Everything is here. I feel like, as crazy as this may sound, they are much, you know, Monolith was much more reserved in their use of cultists than Parallax was with their Vulcan robot here. There may be occultists around every corner, but you know, you get the dynamite blood. Don't get any dynamite equivalent in this game, I don't think. Okay, are we done? This game has aspects to it that what I would say are not entirely fair. It does have a homing missile, but you know, unlike with the, you know, the robots who can totally do it, it's kind of hard to just make it go around a corner. Like, you still have to expose yourself to shoot it. Alright, well, I'm regaining ground here. An extra life. Blue shell missiles, that's what it feels like. Let's go back, let's go to CD. I think we've heard CD for this level, so let's hear it. Man, I just ran through half of my lives in that one room. That's odd. From the time when every game had a sick drum and bass soundtrack, especially on the PlayStation. Alright, I'm probably gonna die again. Okay, I got lives. Ugh. Well, hit scanner around the corner. I shouldn't be surprised. The US version of Ace Combat is botched. Oh, you mean Ace Combat 3? Yeah. Because I was like, not Ace Combat 1, that one's fine. Yeah, Ace Combat 3, they just basically just like ripped out the story and replaced it with a much simpler one and got rid of all the cutscenes. Oh, right. The yellow door. The crazy thing that I didn't know until recently, you know, until I saw, I think it was Grimbeard's video on it, was that Ace Combat 3's connection to Drakengard. It's like if you've seen or, you know, played or seen both of those games, they do have some distinct similarities. So, and apparently a lot of the people who worked on Ace Combat 3 or left to form Cavia and made Drakengard. Worth it. All right. No. CD is not looping, so let's just make it loop again. Yeah, the end of Drakengard is just supposed to be kind of like a reference to Ace Combat. Like, it's basically you get killed by an Ace Combat character. And that's like the punchline of the whole game. It's a very hateful hallway, yes. Okay. Well, that guy he really wanted to dodge my shots. They're usually not that aggressive with the dodging. The cat has claimed your laptop. Well, yes, it's lost. Nothing to be done. I think I missed the key I was supposed to get. This level is just like made to chew through all the lives you've built up over the last few levels. Alright, there we go. They're gonna open up another like set of hidden doors with a bunch of hit scanners and homing guys. At least they weren't coming out of spawners. Alright, so red door. Oh, there's like hidden room with the hostages. say I want to come back here, pick them up, but then I accidentally flew through one, so sorry if we don't make it, which is probably not going to. Yeah, it's very, like, up and down, the difficulty curve. It's like sinusoidal. Wow, he was already shooting at me before I opened the door. Okay. I think I can make it, but where's the exit? There, okay. If they don't have, you know, hidden doors that open up to screw me over on the way back, it should be fine.
Self-destruct sequence activated.
Okay. Successfully outfox your cat and retrieve the laptop. Alright, we did make it with the hostages. Proceed immediately to Triton Storage Depot MN 3352. Work quickly, Material Defender. Intelligence reports from Pluto are alarming. Alright. Level 23. The level starts have like all these other alternate entrances. I think because you can play, these levels in co-op. So you know, those are players starts for other players. In fact, you know, I think I actually did play this game in co-op once before. That's always cool. Always in favor of co-op. Yeah, I like how, yeah, you could just say, there's a robot behind that door, and like, you don't even have to be looking at the screen. You're probably right. Decent chance, anyway. Thought I saw, oh yeah, thought I saw mega missiles, and I did. Yeah, if I were to like, yeah, if we were to set up co-op with someone, yeah, I guess we would play at the same time. I'd either have 2 streams or pipe them through. Like if I successfully con one of my friends into playing with me, or if someone in the community play something like that, if I were to do X-Wing versus TIE Fighter, I would definitely have to set that up, because that's like core to the identity of that game, is playing online. They made missions specifically for co-op. Oh, this guy. He hurts a lot. I think those fusion shots do like 75 damage. Any interest in covering the Rogue Squadron games? I mean, yeah. But, you know, like, I definitely don't have any objection to covering them, but, like, it's all on, you know, what people vote for, and I think people are unlikely to vote for that. I mean, maybe for, like, a stream game. Because I think, the crowd on Patreon, at least for now, sort of, prefers PC games. Let's see the MIDI music as I get insta-killed by this hit scanner. Huh. I guess I got him. Oh, this is the first level music. They're reusing it. Yeah, I think people probably would not vote for like a big video on Rogue Squadron, but yeah, maybe a small one. What kind of a storage facility is this? So why is it so damn dark? Yeah, the first Rogue Squadron did have a PC version, which is weird. But, you know, it's a different style of game. Like some people say, they're not even space sims, to which I say, if you're gonna say, like, oh, this isn't a simulation, well, like, neither is X-Wing, really. They're not simulating anything real. Like, but, you know, whatever. They're different styles of games with, like, you know, not completely different audiences, but, like, there's a lot of overlap, I'd say, but, you know, not everyone who likes X-Wing is gonna like Rogue Squadron. Oh yeah, I've relatively recently I played Rogue Squadron, like the PC version of Rogue Squadron, and like you gotta like mess with it a bit beyond what GOG does, but you know, it works. Star Ixiom. Yeah, everything that happened to Factor 5 is like so tragic. Starting from them deciding to rewrite their engine for Rogue Squadron 3, and it just taking, like, I mean, Rogue Squadron 3 was like, you know, pretty good upgrade, but like it took way too long for them to do it, and it sort of put them into a death spiral, and then just things just got worse and worse as they made Lair, and then, well, there I go. The hit scanners are at it again. Yeah, they were making Lair, and then, you know, pretty late in development, you know, they were kind of struggling with it in the first place, but then pretty late in the development, they got told, oh, this is a 6-axis game now. Good luck, figure it out. Actually, I think it was like they literally found out, you know, right after Sony announced the 6-axis, they showed it off, and then like, you know, days later they were told, yeah, your game is a 6-axis game. Figure it out. I mean, yeah, definitely the highest priority. You know, going by voting patterns and just, you know, thinking about it, like, you know, X-Wing series, well, yeah, Wing Commander series is like highest priority probably, followed by X-Wing series, followed by Free Space. Alright, how about you eat one of these? What do you think of that, huh? You don't think anything, because you're dead. I guess this is kind of like the equivalent of, you know, TNT and blood, but like, you don't get very many of them, and, you know, they're only useful in big rooms, because otherwise you just nuke yourself. You can't really do it in, like, a corridor. Okay. So how's life treating me? I don't know. It's doing alright. I'm a little disappointed by the numbers the TIE Fighter video's getting. I mean, it's not horrible. Not like literally nothing, but, you know, it's not, you know, trending to like 100,000 the way the Wing Commander 1 and X-Wing videos were, and I think that's kind of a shame. But, I don't know, I'm sort of mainly focusing on this channel now, so hopefully I'll get, you know, future videos will get at least this much. But, I don't know, at some point between X-Wing and the, well, there I go again. Killed myself there, but it was worth it. Screw that guy. Yeah, because like in between my X-Wing video and my the one about, you know, old Space Sims, something changed in the algorithm. I don't know what, because like I was like looking into it. I was trying to figure out like what happened here. Like all my videos after this point just have way less views, and I was looking at like the metrics for like you know, that are supposed to determine like this is what YouTube uses to determine how many people to show your video to, and like those newer videos that like got way less views, there was like all of those metrics were like the same or better than the X-Wing and Wing Commander videos. So I don't know, just something in the algorithm changed and it doesn't like me as much anymore. Yeah, I don't think people change. Like, it's not, I didn't change, like, the audience didn't change. It's just YouTube decided to show it to less people. Like, like, that's really the only explanation that makes sense. Like, I thought about this a lot. Yeah, I mean, and yeah, I'm not even talking about the recent like ad block thing, which is that's its own thing, you know, about views from people with ad blockers not counting due to a change in some of the ad blockers. I mean, maybe the AI flood, but like what? I forget. I don't remember what exactly when the you know that. You know, pre-1985 Space Sim video came out. Like, did that coincide with ChatGPT showing up? I mean, maybe it does. Yeah, maybe it's a change in the demographics that YouTube is serving. And, like, it just gives less priority to videos that are more America-centric. I don't know. You know, not to say that Space Sims aren't big in Europe also, but, like, I don't know. It seems like a very American genre. My friend was telling me that, you know, I kind of pigeonholed myself. I shouldn't have I shouldn't have been so specific with the name of my channel because, you know, I do like Space Sims a lot. You know, surprised myself by how much I ended up liking them. But, you know, they're not the only thing I like. I got thoughts on other things, but I kind of made this channel explicitly about Space Sims. Yeah, I'm not even talking about metrics. I mean, yeah, obviously there's people from all over the place who enjoy Space Sims, but it's just, I don't know. It's always seemed to me like most, just subjectively, that most of the audience for them is in the States. Need a talking animal sidekick. Alright, I'm just like wandering around aimlessly here. I need to be looking for the yellow door so that I could find a hit scanner behind it who insta-kills me. Oh, I haven't seen those guys in a while. The like stronger melee guys. Oh, there's the hit scanners. They opened up a hidden door behind me. How clever. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if there's necessarily anything wrong with them changing the algorithm other than just like, you know, the little people sort of get pushed around by the waves caused by this stuff, you know. I just but, you know, maybe it'll change again and it'll favor me again. I don't know. It's unfortunate being beholden to an algorithm like this, but, you know, I suppose it's not all that different from, like, you know, oh, that's a bad time to quick save. You know, you have a job and your boss gets some dumb idea to change everything, and you gotta just go along with it. I am out of energy, and I don't feel like going back to... Oh, yeah, look at how far away that energy room is. I don't feel like going there. It's way too far. Unfortunately, the being out of energy also means I can't shoot flares. But yeah, I wish that there was like laws saying that these companies that sort of leave us beholden to their algorithms had to, you know, make them transparent. They had to actually show how they work. Like, we'll never get a law like that because that's way too consumer friendly and it would be far too inconvenient for the tech companies. But if they could just, if they just had to actually explain themselves, like, not only would people be able to like see, you know, get a better sense of like what's going on, but it would also, you know, sort of encourage the tech companies to make the algorithms less shitty. Because, you know, people would be able to see the nonsense they're getting up to. Like, it's particularly not even with like video, you know, stuff like this, but like social media stuff. I bet Facebook would have a much harder time getting away with all the crap it does if they had to show it. If they had to explain themselves, like, for real, and not just, you know, Senator, we sell ads. Okay. Any more where that came from? Yeah. Yeah, I still use the YouTube homepage because, like, I don't know, I don't believe in the algorithm, but I believe in the promise of the algorithm, as in, like, I know there are channels out there that I want to see. And I just, you know, holding out for the hope that it'll show them to me, because otherwise, like, I'm never gonna find them. So, yeah, I still use the homepage. It's like, how else am I gonna find stuff that is in my interest? I mean, even word of mouth, like, other people, you know, would have to find those channels, which they might not necessarily find them themselves. Turn off watch history. I need to just bite the bullet and go to that recharge room. I guess it's not that far. But yeah, I'm glad that, you know, Madular videos are sending people here, because, like, yeah, I mean, obviously Madular is a great creator, makes excellent videos, probably better than mine. Not probably, they are better than mine. But you know, I think there's a lot of overlap. Like, someone who likes a Madular video, probably a good chance that they like one of mine. And I mean, yeah, there's also the aspect of, like, you know, his success has allowed him to make his videos better. Like, he has a budget, and he can, like, afford to do really in-depth research and, like, get cool animations and editing and stuff. because he's been so successful. Just like, that's good, you know. So reinvesting the rewards of success into making, just doing what he did better. Yeah, I don't want to like denigrate my videos, but like Magulars are just like that good. They're just fantastic. And like they've gotten, like they were already pretty good when I started watching his, and they've gotten much better since then. They couldn't attack me because they were like stuck inside of each other. Well, good. I don't feel sorry for them at all. I think he might, I think he might do his own editing. I mean, I could be wrong on that, but I've heard him talk about, like, doing sort of, like, you know, all-night editing benders. Which, like, that's another thing that, like, I don't know. There are certain things I can do, like all-nighters, you know, just spend, like, ages and ages working and working and working for, but, like, writing and editing video are not those things, so I am not 100% cut out for this. But the people who can do it, like, they're, you know, gotta be a real workaholic to put out videos on a schedule like that, even if you do have an editor. And I don't think he does. I mean, yeah, you could kind of attribute a lot of just YouTube in general to James Rolfe. He was, you know, inspirational to a lot of people, like very influential. And I definitely enjoyed those videos back in the day, even like before, you know, pre-YouTube. Used to be, you know, watch all of the Cinemassacre videos, the horror movie ones. Those were fun. Oh. I hear hit scan. Oh, I am like out of energy again. Where's that recharge room? Well, it's annoying, but we gotta do it. Gotta go back there. What genre of game outside of Space Sim is my favorite? Probably action RPGs, which is kind of a broad genre, but like, you know, like, sort of make it a bit more narrowed a bit more down, like, you know, Souls likes or Phantasy Star Online likes. Okay, I think that thing off to the left is like a grate. I can't actually go there, so we're 20. Nice. Good night. Oh, you son of a bitch. They always put the red homing guys and the hit scanners in the meanest traps too. They rarely, if ever, have like, you know, the melee guy in a trap like that. You know, occasionally. But yeah, in-depth and weekly are kind of like contradictory things. Yeah, well, I've kind of thought about doing like a sort of like an oral history of Phantasy Star Online, sort of. You know, not seriously, but I sort of discussed it with my friend who's like really into PSO, and like just sort of not only going over the development of the game, but sort of like the community and like what it was like to play the games, and like, you know, going through the you know, the years of PSO2 and like the years of, you know, PSU. Obviously this would be like a series of videos, but you know, I've thought about that. You know, it definitely wouldn't conflict with the channel name, but you know, people come here for space sims. Everybody says like, if you want to do that, like, even if you do want to do that, you gotta like start a new second channel for that. But I don't know, it's like my metrics are already kind of screwed, so I don't know. But like that would be a huge project that would take up a ton of time, so that's definitely not what people are paying for. I mean, the other thing is like people are paying me, you know, and if I went rogue and did some video that's not a space sim, like people are literally paying for me to do this stuff, so I would kind of be ripping them off at that point. So alright, where's the exit? Also, let's go back to CD music. Alright, there it is. Alright. One more Neptune mine to go. Clear heavy volatile mine MN5855 on Nereid moon and proceed immediately to standard orbit around Pluto. Alright, I'm assuming that Pluto is like the last one. Yeah, that's like the furthest out from the Earth. Right, so, level 24. Also, somebody, I don't know, I'll probably not going to finish this game tonight, so I'll have time to look up where the secret levels are, so I can just peek into them next time. Back to metal. It's sort of got an industrial bent to it, I'd say. veritable wall of missiles coming at me. I don't mind an ambush like that. Like some of the enemies just suck. They're just really annoying, and I hate them. But like a bunch of guys that shoot lasers at me, sure, go ahead, that's fine. This is level 24, yes. This is the last secret level. Oh, okay. Well, there it is. We'll try and find that then. Did we miss any secret levels? Not a lot of room to, you know, maneuver away from the splash damage. Yeah, Free Space being a sequel is just like, they just, I don't know, they wanted to make a space sim and they just decided to connect it to Descent because it's got name recognition. I don't know. Oh, music's over, so let's check out the MIDI. This sounds like another repeat. I've definitely heard this before. Okay, we're back to the enemy spawners. Oh, the publisher pushed their name on them? Huh. That would make sense. Yeah, I think Descent was like one of the biggest things Interplay had going, so they tried to use it for all sorts of stuff, like Descent into Undermountain, that D&D game that uses the Descent engine to absolute disaster. That was just a complete mess. I am not also streaming on Twitch, although, I mean, I guess you could see this sort of like, you know, chat on the screen thing as a, I don't know, putting a foot in the door of that, I suppose. Although people say, you know, Twitch is like, does like absolutely nothing for discoverability, so like, you know, I mean, I guess it couldn't hurt if like I always assumed like, oh, you know, I can't stream to multiple places, I don't have enough bandwidth for that, but like there are services that do that for you, I think. You just stream to a re-streamer, and they do it for you. There's a lot I did not know, and still don't know about streaming. I just kind of, you know, decided to try it out on a whim, and it went reasonably well, so I kept doing it. But yeah, I didn't really do all that much research on streaming. These respawners are so mysterious. I still don't know. Like we know some information about how they work, but like I don't know how they decide when to like start up again. Is it based on a timer? Is it set by the level designer? Is it random? But yeah, I mean, I could try it, just, you know, one step at a time. Try throwing these up on Twitch too. Like, people say Twitch doesn't really, like, you know, surface your streams to new people, so it's kind of like impossible to build an audience. You have to already have an audience on Twitch, but I don't know. Just see what happens. Oh my god, and it's another hit scanner hell room. Oh, I guess most of those weren't hit scanners. They just kind of looked like them. Maybe Free Space 2 shouldn't have dropped the name, since, you know, that game famously did not sell well. Where did that come from? Oh god, I don't even want to start with politics. The thought of having public political opinions terrifies me. Yeah, so the whole thing about Free Space 2 was like, the story about that game was that it killed the genre because it was so good, but that, like, you know, widely considered to be the greatest space sim of all time, but sold poorly. And so people who wanted to make a space sim looked at that game and were like, well, if they can't do it, no one can, so we shouldn't even try. And space sims made themselves scarce. You know, there's still got them occasionally, but you got a lot less of them after that point. What else did I add to the streams? Nothing. It's just the chat. That's it. I just one thing at a time, you know. Going slow here. So yeah, I just got the... Wow, those fusion projectiles travel really fast. So it's pretty hard to dodge them. But yeah, just the on-screen chat and setting it up so that the recording on my end does not have the on-screen chat. So, you know, maybe I'll try something else next week. You know, add one thing at a time. I think over time, Free Space 2 has, like, you know, gotten a lot more of an audience because it's so well known as being, you know, the greatest space sim. There goes my invincibility. At least I got to use it on one enemy. I think I'm actually going to the yellow door. So let's switch to CD music. Yeah, I think people really did, you know, developers at the time really did look at it and were like, well, how, you know, what if this can't cut it, what chance do we have? So forget it. Make a first-person shooter. It hit scanners. Oh my god. Finally get back there and immediately get hit scanned. Yeah, well, maybe Space Sims are getting their Riz back, or their mojo. What a horrible room this is. Where's my stuff? It's like somewhere in this circular room, I think. Oh, CD music ended. Oh, maybe it's further in. what would be really nice is if I could somehow manage to get, you know, get them to send me an early key for Squadron 42. It's like, I would love to do a review of that, but probably not big enough to rate getting one. Okay, that was definitely triggered by me, like, going through a trigger volume. The enemy spawners activating. Does anybody remember where my stuff is? I mean, I guess even if you didn't remember, it would be pretty tough to describe it to me. You know, somewhere in the rectangle connected to the circular room, jutting off from another rectangle. Or a rectangular prism. Go in here? I don't think I did. I'm pretty sure I did not. Yeah. Well, I want to get my stuff, but like, it might take longer to track it down again than it will to just like go forward and pick it up again, you know, pick up new instances of it. Oh my god. Purple guys, bad for your health. Yeah, team deathmatch does not sound like my kind of jam. Like, definitely want sort of more involved mission design, so... I haven't tried Squadrons, but like this like looks like the right room, but maybe if I just keep traveling down this, I'll eventually find my stuff. Sure would be nice if they would put a marker on the map where you died. That would be a nice feature. My favorite movie, I don't know. Groundhog Day. I don't. My I watch a lot less movies than I used to, so I don't know. Hard for me to like sort through them. Wait, is this? Or no, this is my stuff from the last time I died. Not my stuff. Wait a minute. Here it is. Here's my stuff. Oh, right, they did make Tech War movies. Or at least one. Alright, I'm hostages. I'm gonna gamble with your lives here. Gonna assume that I'm gonna make it out of here without dying from this point. And if I don't, well, that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. Not a good start. Although, well, there's a reactor. Is the exit, like, right there? You know, I remember, maybe this is just a Descent 2 thing, but I remember the, like, getting to the exit from the reactor, like, being much harder than it has actually been so far. And, like, oh my god, what a horrible room. Can you please just, like, come here and I wait for you? No, they kind of want to just like hang out where they are. Do I have? What kind of missiles do I have? Not really a lot. Maybe the fusion cannon will come in handy here. God, the way they go around corners, it's insane. Okay. But yeah, I remember it being like kind of challenging, like the escape sequence, but so far they've all been like pretty close to the reactor. Right, but there was a secret exit for this one, right? This was the one with the secret exit. So let's try to find that. I'll make a save on the next level, but I'll go back for the quick save. What does the fusion cannon fuse? Atoms, I assume. Pluto Mine, MN-3382, carried on heavy weapons research by the Military Division, specializing in plasma physics. Plasma-based weapons should be readily available. Alright, so... level 25. Then I want to... restore quick save. Maybe they hid the secret door in the reactor room that you would probably want to avoid because it's full of these assholes. is in darkness. Hey, actually managed to avoid that one. It's in here. So if I were a secret door, where would I be? Well, this is a dark room. Oh, there it is. Get the CD music, or the CD escape sequence. Alternate exit found. Oh, we don't get the alternate exit, or the escape sequence, because it's an alternate exit. PTMC, alright. Top secret military research mine, Mr. 355-1 has been overrun. Proceed immediately to processing station Sumner in asteroid belt for escort and insertion. Or no wait. Secret 2. Horrible room. Ugh. This level is indeed rough right from the jump. I kind of wish this game had like Doom style, you know, monster counts, robot counts. Like see how many enemies there are in this map. Got a rough start here, and I don't think it's going to get any easier. Of Doom, you know, I make a lot of comparisons to Doom playing this, and like, well, not anymore as much, although I could always get into it again, but I was often really into Doom and like, you know, custom megawads. Anybody got a favorite, you know, megawad? Mine's going down. We're kind of coming up on time here, but you know, one last topic. Wonder if they're like big, like really well regarded sort of level series for Descent, you know, from the community. But definitely, you know, get Z-Doom or whatever the new, you know, now that GZ Doom is effectively dead, get whatever the replacement is called, and give some of the, you know, highest rated megawads a try. And I mean, they sort of run the gamut, because there's like really like modded out ones that have like really different and sort of like a lot more advanced or smooth mechanics than like vanilla Doom, but then there's like just really good vanilla Doom wads that are just like really skillfully made to work with those baseline mechanics. I would really recommend going down a try and try pistol starting every level if you're feeling spicy. That was kind of a short CD track. UZ Doom. So like a secret door that had opened up behind me, kind of sounded like it. Yeah, there's so much cool stuff in Doom, like just entire games that, like, you know, they sort of benefit from just the sort of really good game feel of Doom, but just go off in all sorts of crazy directions, like so many of them. You know, it's weird, like usually the secret level in a first-person shooter is where you get like the really cruel stuff and just like, you know, out of depth, really hard enemy gauntlets and weird gimmicks, but like that just makes it a normal level in Descent. It's just a level. Getting kind of spicy with this room. When will the stream end? Probably pretty soon. Yeah, probably like now. Oh yeah, the Nuts series of just like pushing the engine to its absolute limit, like with like an absolutely ridiculous amount of enemies. That's fun. But yeah, let's save it here. We will continue on the secret level, which honestly just seems like a regular level. This is another level. But yeah, next time. Well, you know, thanks for watching as always, and you know, we'll probably figure out what the next game will, the stream will be by this time next week. But if not, I'll just, I don't know, load up Descent Maximum or something, or Descent 2. Or they have a add-on they have like a level making contest, and so people's, you know, submitted user levels, and so they got a bunch of those on a CD. That was like an official Parallax thing. So there's that stuff to look at, maybe, or just whatever the next game is. That'll be next Saturday at 5 p.m. Pacific. And yeah, sorry about ending right when you showed up, but yeah, them's the breaks. Alright, I'll see you then. Good night, everybody.